So I studied fashion design at university, super helpful, and clearly gone on to do big things with that. But that was like over a decade ago, right? Like social media wasn't even talked about when I went to uni. And I've created my whole career around influencer marketing more so. So, that definitely wasn't being talked about all the way back then. So it was all had to learn it on the fly as well. I became obsessed with blogging back then, and it was a total just teach myself how to do everything because I loved it and I was just so excited by it. And then that's kind of that blog turned into Scrunch, which is our influencer marketing platform. And then in 2020, Spark, so the female founder community, was really in response to the pandemic and just seeing so many of my amazing women in my network struggling. I was like, how can I go out and raise money through grants and corporate sponsors to like do amazing things for female founders. So again, it's all been just trial and error, learn on the go, fail miserably, realize what I do like and I don't like, and then try and create a business out of that.
Totally. And I think sometimes, because I work, and I know it's so similar to you, you're connected to so many women in business. I find that a lot of women that I at least encounter have this thing of, I need to know everything about, how I want my business to be before I can even take the first step. And I need to have a, business plan that's like ironclad. And it's kind of this, my journey has been, like you can plan, and I'm all about having a plan and a strategy.
Yeah.
But I don't think those things should rule where your business journey takes you, because there are seasons in your business. There are moments in time where I feel like the business, it becomes, it's kind of weird to talk about, but like it kind of, initially when I started my business, it was me, right? And now the business is, it's more than just like an extension of me. It kind of is its own thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of in this dance of, well, what does the business require of me in this season? And is it, new offers, or is it selling more? Like what actually does your business need? And I think it's really valuable to actually kind of hold it out away from you a little bit, to go, I think this is it. When it becomes, it's me, it's my business, it's my identity, things start to get a bit weird and they start to get a bit confusing and overwhelming. And, I think the being able to hold it out a little further from you and go, this is my business. This is what I do. It's not who I am. I think that journey, I just feel like being able to progress like that is so valuable. I feel like I've gone on a tangent.
No. It's just so funny. Like, isn't it hilarious how you always like hear all the things come into your life that you need to hear at the right time? So I literally said this, I've gotten my first business coaching. So 10 years in business, and I've just paid for my first business coach because I don't know, because I'm a crazy person. I was like, oh, well, if I need a coach, obviously I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, going out there telling everyone what they should be doing. And it was so good. And one of the biggest things that's come up for me lately is I don't know who I am outside of these effing businesses. Yes. So I love that you just said that. Like, you actually do need to take a step back and ask the question. I love what you said. You're like, what does the business need of me? Not I am the business. And I think that's so important. Like, I'm literally having this whole moment right now around this, like who am I to my businesses, and then how is it okay for me to show up personally outside of that? So, oh my God, that's the best exercise to go through.
And it's such a journey, isn't it? Because like you say, like, when you're in this building phase, it's like everything is heightened. You have friends who kind of, your friends can kind of be like, oh, you never come out anymore, or you don't spend, you don't travel with us anymore, or things like that. And you're like, it's because I'm like, kind of tied to this thing. And it can feel a bit like, yeah, it can feel like, oh, I'm stuck with this thing and it's me and I can't separate myself from it. But I think, yeah, as the business has grown and as we've brought on more people into our team, I've started to recognize, well, the business needs to, it not only needs to serve me, I also need to, it's reciprocal. Like I need to give the
Yeah.
business what
Yeah.
it needs, but
Yes.
also the business needs to serve, and like it needs to, and serve might be the wrong word, but it needs to, like, once you get employees, you're like, oh my gosh, this thing needs to provide so that these
Yeah.
people can get
They can
paid.
keep eating.
Seriously. And then
Yeah.
then you're like, well, it's not just about me anymore. It's
Yeah.
actually how is this thing that I'm leading? How is that thing going to actually allow the people that work not for us, but with us in building this thing? How do they, like, how does this help them
Yeah.
to get to where they want to go as well? So it just becomes as it grows, you start to realize it can't just be you, otherwise it won't continue
Yes.
to grow.
Yes.
So yeah, that's
And
been my
how
journey.
Well, and I love that too, because you talked about going from very much social management and the done
Yeah.
for you, doing the marketing for different types of businesses, to going, we want to educate people so they can run their
Yes.
own, so that you don't have to be a subject matter expert in every industry.
Yes.
So I love that evolution. And then what you just said in terms of, the business changing again, where it's actually now you've got a team. So what you do for the business has then changed again as well.